So I found this in a video and I actually haven't even read this yet or watched someone read it. But I kind of want to. Amino isn't working. I can find this on the Amino app, so you just have to deal with all this. I'm sorry if you don't like it. But you could read it yourself and not watch this. And so I'm probably gonna. I feel sick today, so if you hear some random stuff, that's probably me repositioning myself. Anyway, let's get into it, I guess. Greg goes to Vietnam. My draft notice arrived in the mail yesterday. I'm angry, but I knew that this was inevitable. Oh well. I think you look so handsome in a uniform. My mom, she told me to stay to Canada, but she wasn't much help. I'm gonna keep at it. What did Johnson say again? I will not send American boys 8 or 10,000 miles to do a job that Vietnamese boys ought to be doing themselves. Look, I hate the communists as much as the next guy, but this isn't our war to fight. Last thing I want to do is die in some jungle. Let's skip that. No one on the other side of the world because President Johnson's ego is too big. I'm trying to convince Dad about the Canada thing. He has anti-war as they come. If not, I may have to take matters in my own hands. Well, I just arrived at basic training. Can't say that I'll enjoy it, but I can't say this. Our dress uniforms are sharp. I'm sure these will help me pick up girls, so you know what they say. Oh my god. You are really one. Okay. One above a man in uniform. What's name for you? Pal. Private Rowley Jefferson. Noticed he seemed a little nervous, so I kinda took him under my wing. Jefferson may seem a little clueless, but let me tell you, that guy can handle an M60 like no other. We did some combat exercises under fire. Jefferson is one of the finest human beings in the world. All he needs is someone throwing hand grenades at him, and the rest of his life. I'm telling you, nothing phases this guy. The drill. Oh my god, but the drill sharp. The drill. Hold on. The drill sergeant was telling us about combat stress and shit, whatever. Jefferson is like a man of steel out there. Absolutely nothing distracts him from the mission at all. I can be the brain if he can be the brawn. I'm telling you, he'll be a great team. Looks like this is it. Boot camp is done. I'm off to Vietnam. I'm scared. I've heard how long the average lifespan of the guns over there is. I didn't train well enough, and who knows, maybe I'll get lucky when I have to. And I've got Jefferson to watch my back. Plus, I met this girl doing basic. So I know I have something to fight for. I get on a ship tomorrow and have the crackdown of dawn. Maybe I can see her when I say, "Good night, USA. Good morning, Vietnam." What are you smiling about, Private? Oh, really? Really? Okay. We went on our first patrol night. They say that war is like 99% waiting and 1% actual fighting, and that is completely fine by me. Let me tell you, walking around the rice paddies at night is eerie. Enough without the threat of a bunch of rice farmers jumping out at you. Sergeant Morris told us all about it. And the geeks would always attack first and then blend up with the civilians like the cowards they were. Told us that out here, everyone is the enemy until they aren't. Sometimes you have to go to the extreme, but that brass usually looks the other way. I, for one, don't like the idea of shooting civilians, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Born to kill. We were out on patrol one last night. Should have been around like any other. Boy, was I ever wrong. I was looking down at what happened. After one moment, all we hear is the soft sound of the drum. Next, the night is torn wide open by the screaming of those commie gooks. Or gooks. And the roar of it, or RPK. Sergeant Morris was hit first. The poor bastard absorbed the worst of the opening barrage. We tried to retreat to the tree line, but we were constantly wide open. We were utterly fucked. I blindly fired my M16 into the trees and grabbed Private Jefferson and hauled ass back towards camp. Disoriented and under shock, I didn't think we would make it. You know, it's not my fault, but yet I wish I'd been more alert. These gooks can sure plan an ambush. I have to give them that. Nearly ambush has been hard. Surprisingly, Jefferson has taken it especially far. Keeps only to himself. Get jumpy, random mood swings, and the nightmares. This guy can't go 2 nights without him waking us all up at night, screaming about Sergeant Morris. And to be honest with you, I think he's losing it. I don't blame him either. Seeing your friends in a pool of blood and guts isn't something the Army tells you about when they're asking you to fight for Uncle Sam. So I told Colonel Granger about Jefferson. Tucker says Jefferson's just a pussy. She's a pussy. That's the Army, I guess. Ah! I feel like it's only a matter of time before Jefferson goes ahead and lofts himself. Damn shame, really, but what else can I do? I don't know how much more Jefferson can take. I saw him at the chow yesterday, just sitting there, rage look in his face. Once I had him, he just kind of turned with this insane grin. Didn't even blink. He's got him jumpy too. Tried to get out of 10 last night, and he beat my head to him. I'm telling you, he's gonna snap too. Snap soon. When he does, it ain't gonna be pretty. At the very least, my fucked up hand got me a few days of R&R. Sure can't wait to get back in it. Youch! Finally happened. I sustained my first combat injury. Command went out to take the godforsaken hill, despite our recon saying it was too well defended. What could go wrong? Napalm the shit out of it. Pop some artillery on those fuckers and roll in some tensions, right? Yeah, sounds great until the airway is tied up and the artillery needs to be resupplied. This place is a fucking mess. Whatever. We move, and until we get pinned down and air support is unavailable. Or unavailable. Yeah, you can tell I'm saying. That's when you fucking good nails me in the ass. You know you get hard on seeing other people die, but getting shot yourself is definitely a different story. I want to cry like a bitch. At least I'll be out of commission for a while. Getting some leave would just be what I need. Oh god, it was my last night in the hospital. I just wanted to walk around a little. Well, I'm just wandering around the complex when I hear this awful scream from down the hall. Look, I've done my time in combat, and this wasn't like any scream I'd heard before. I peeked into the room and it hit me. You know that sticking orange shit napalm? Looks like the government is testing it on its own soldiers. I crept out of the room and ducked out of sight. The moment the dogs ripped, I grabbed as many frogs as I could and ran. I think we need to add more pepper. Oh my god, that was so delayed. Lucky for me, I was in at the end of my tour. I'll be going home in a few days, and when I get back, I'm going straight to the New York Times. The Army will have my ass raised. Some things are worth going to jail for. Well, the feds finally caught up with me. They take long for the grand jury to indict me for a conspiracy against the United States and a bunch of other things. All this shows that the government just legalized tyranny. People have the right to know. Next up comes the legal fight. My lawyer is good. He's dealt with the feds before. I've got a fair amount of public support too, but really this goes to show how fucked up this whole situation is. My boys are dying for no good reason in a pointless war, and I'm going to prison for exposing the government lies? This is the America I fought for. This is the America Morris took 7 rounds to the chest for, and it sure as hell isn't the innocent America. Oh. Well, I didn't mention that at all. Anyways. I've been locked up in a federal prison for 3 years now. It sucks, but I stand by my actions 100%. Great side you got there, Frank. I only have one regret. That's what I put my family through. I know they stand by me, but I can't say that for everyone else. I know my dad's co-workers at the agency don't take kindly to the leakers. I just wish they didn't have to suffer because of the choices I made. Who knows, public support of the war is at an all-time low. Maybe one day people will appreciate my sacrifice. Maybe they'll stop harassing my family. Maybe I'll even get a pardon. Until then, I want my story to be heard. I want Jefferson's to be heard. I want Morris's to be heard. People deserve to preserve the truth. This is Private First Class Greg Heffley. Over and out. Well, that was something. I'm probably going to make this age restricted. Because if I don't, then YouTube definitely will. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. I did a horrible job. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, bye.